Welcome back to the third video about the Leica Q2. Now, the last two videos I made about this camera stated how much I love it and it's amazing. And I have to say I will still stick by some of those. But the more I use it, I think it's very important for me to highlight to other viewers and potential customers about the issues I've had with this camera. So the camera itself is fine. The software is where the glitches are or the issues are. So it takes great pictures. The video quality is fantastic. I'm not filming on this. I'm filming on a different camera because I wanted to talk about this and hold it in my hand because it looks better for the video. But anyhow, as you can see, I have bought the Leica rope. So I bought the Leica Q2 in excitement and desperation to get my hands on the first camera I possibly could, and I was lucky enough to get the camera on the day it was released. However, the early adopters are the ones who usually experience problems. So I had a Leica Q before this for a number of years. I absolutely loved that camera. It took amazing pictures, it did very good videos, it didn't do 4K. So when this one was announced and released, I wanted to get it as soon as possible because it had 4K video. The thing with this camera is I think that Leica are so good at building the camera, the hardware, the lenses. I mean, they're the best cameras on the planet, they're experts in this, but they're not very good with software. So when the camera was released, for the first couple of months, I didn't have access to the remote application on my phone, which is called Leica Photos. Previously with the Leica Q, I had the Leica Photos app that worked for taking photos and transferring pictures. And then there was the Leica Q app that allowed me to make changes to the settings on the camera, remotely record video and have live view of the video while it was being filmed. Very, very useful for someone who makes YouTube videos and is not a professional photographer. But I thought I should wait and be patient, as I got the email response from Leica saying, please be patient. So I was patient. They released the Leica Photos app update a couple of days later than they promised, and it connected. The trouble with this camera is, with the Leica Q, you could connect to the Wi-Fi from your phone directly to the camera. In this software or firmware for the camera, you can't do that. You have to connect via Bluetooth. So if you have the Leica Photos app enabled, it will do some stuff in the background that you have no control over, and then it will prompt you, do you want to connect the Leica Q to Wi-Fi? You have to then accept that. So it's a number of steps. They've tried to make it seamless, but it's not seamless because the phone goes through its own security and checks. So you can't connect directly, which means I couldn't use the Leica Q app. And now they've released the Leica Photos app, and it can only take pictures, and you can modify the settings, very basic settings. So it's no good to me, especially that you can't trigger the video from your remote app. Is pointless because that's what I use it for. If you want to place the camera somewhere and you want to be able to trigger the video recording and stop it and monitor it rather than taking a picture, I can use that on self-timer. So I don't know what they were thinking. I sent them an email saying that doesn't work. The response I got was, please be patient, we're working on it. Again, no timeline, no politeness. Typical German attitude. We'll do what we feel like when we feel like. We don't give a shit about the customer. So then this camera has a feature that if you connect it via Bluetooth to your phone and you have the Leica Photos app running, it will log the GPS coordinates. Now, a couple of things Leica when you lock your phone, most of the apps go into a standby mode. So I don't know how you would have this camera connected to your phone with the Leica Photos app running. But even so, if you could make it do all of that, it doesn't capture any of the stuff in the metadata. I have tried everything. I took it to the Leica store, eventually got fed up and sent an email through the feedback and support section on the Leica Photos app. And they were like, oh yes, we're aware of that issue and we're working on it, but we don't have a date as to when it will be fixed. So you've sold me a $5,000 camera with the features that you say it can do, but it doesn't have those features. So can I have my money back for the stiff stuff that's missing in here? So the point is, early adopters face issues, but this is just taking the biscuit or taking the piss, because you sell me a modern camera which is supposed to do all these things, which it doesn't, and then you can't tell me when you're going to fix it. Great customer service, Leica. The thing is, these days, a 15-year-old can go and code an application for an iPhone or Android. So a company as big as Leica, I'm surprised their developers are incapable of fixing these little issues quickly. God knows what they're doing. And no apologies. That's the funniest part. They just send you an email as if, you know, they're doing you a favor by replying to their email. Anyhow, so as you can tell, I'm a little annoyed by their behavior. The camera itself, if you have a Leica Q, I urge you not to sell it, because the thing is, this camera may have a few more features and all those things that they sell you, but for some reason, and I don't know why, I'm not a professional photographer, so I'm sure someone on one of the other channels would have said why this doesn't take pictures as good as or in the same way as the other Leica Q. Now I don't know why, but the thing is, it might have to do something with the 47 megapixel sensor, because the previous one had, I think, 24 megapixel. It's the same lens and probably the same firmware and the way it processes the pictures. So the only difference is the bigger sensor. It's a full frame sensor, so it must be the number of pixels on it that have caused. There is something, I can't put my finger on it, but the pictures that I took with the Leica Q always came out amazing. This one I have to really be careful, and I have to do some post fixing, tweaking. The other annoying thing is that I have the Leica X, which is a much older camera than both the Q and the Q2, and that seems to take very, very nice pictures. And it's what I paid around $2,200 for it, so this is more than double the price, yet the pictures it's taking are not as amazing as the Leica X. I don't know. I don't use these cameras as a professional photographer, so maybe I don't know what I'm doing, but if I put both cameras on full auto and I take a picture of the same scene, the picture that comes out of the Leica X seems better than the one that comes out of this. I'm hoping that Leica will fix these issues with some firmware updates and fix the app, but until such time, I thought, since I've made 2 videos saying everything is great and I love this camera, I should also point out the issues that I'm having with it, especially the app, because yes, I would love to have those GPS coordinates in the metadata of my pictures, because it really helps when you have that in your apps, various types of apps. The geo coordinates helps find the location where the pictures were taken, and it groups them, and there's so many things that you can do with it. And even though this camera is supposed to do it, the little icon comes up on the back of the LCD showing the Bluetooth is connected, and it's got a little satellite icon, which means it's supposed to be taking the geo coordinates, but it doesn't. Anyway, so TBD, let's see when Leica get their finger out and do something about it. Obviously, whoever's in their software development and the app team needs to be replaced, because I mean, I would never put a product out in the market promising XYZ at this price when all your competitors, name any brands, Sony, Canon, Panasonic, everyone has an app and all those apps work. So Leica couldn't do that? I don't know. For now, I will let you know when it's fixed and what they do, and if they ever send me a polite email for a change. If you haven't bought this camera, wait. If you have a Leica Q, don't sell it. Keep it, because you need to test both side by side to be absolutely sure that you want to buy this. Don't do what I did. I just quickly sold my other one and bought this. So, yep, learning my lessons slowly. But I still went ahead and bought this. Still don't know what this rope is called, but and again, it's £55, which is about, I don't know, $75, $80 for a rope just to hang the camera. But it's a strap. It's supposed to be a strap, like a shoulder strap, I think, but it's not really a strap, it's a rope. The only thing is it's very soft and comfortable, and it's very good quality. I looked at a few third-party brands and they were really cheap and awful, and they felt, I don't know, didn't feel good and safe. So I went and bought it. Oh, and by the way, if you're a customer in London, always go to the Leica store in the city. There's a store manager there called Lucan, who is such a wonderful guy. He is so helpful, amazing customer service. Every time I go there to buy something, he's just superb. So buy things from there, because Leica store Mayfair is just one of the most ridiculous stores on the planet. I have called them about 20 times to get information. They never answer their phone. And it's not like 20 times on the same day. Over a couple of months, never, ever, not even once. Then I called Leica customer service and I said, has the number changed? No, Leica Mayfair store, we always have problems as well. Whenever we try to call them, they never answer their phone. They're obviously very busy. Really? There's so many Leica cameras being sold every single day that they have no time to answer their phone. It's not Tesco, it's not Sainsbury's, it's not Aldi or Lidl. It's not a supermarket where people are coming and buying things and everyone's working at the till. It's a Leica store. Usually they're sitting around doing nothing because they sell one camera a month and they've made enough money. So God knows what they're doing in the Leica store Mayfair. But hopefully someone will watch this video and whip them. Anyway, thanks for watching once again, and see you soon.